Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Pro Lok number ESP-172-S. This is a 4 7/8 strike plate is what it is. Very typical and common sort of strike plate that you see in applications where you are dealing with a hollow metal frame, a steel frame. I have it removed from the packaging here and we can take a look at it. This appears to be stainless steel, and the S in the part number certainly tells us that it's stainless steel. My magnet tells me it's not ferrous. And I would say that this is stainless. Small amount of magnetism around those areas where it has been worked or machined, and that's normal for stainless. 4 7/8, that's a reference to the height of the strike. It's 4 7/8 tall. The overall width is about 1 7/8 inches. They say that it's 1 1/16 strike, and generally what happens is that dimension is from the center line of the screw hole to the edge of the lip, is generally what I find. Now I don't know what they're really referring to as to 1 1/16. You know, maybe 1 and 3. They have 1 1/16 in their. They have 1 1/6 and 1 1/16 indicated. Strikes are measured from the center line of the hole of the screw to the edge of the lip. This is clearly greater than 1 1/16. If anything, it would be maybe 1 3/16 because that's pretty common, although this does indeed appear to be even heavy on that, like 1 5/16. The fact of the matter is it's about 1 1/4 inches from the center line of the screw to the edge of the lip. Okay. No other. I don't know where else they're thinking 1 1/16, unless are they referring to the height of this hole, which, you know, would not be accurate either. Don't know. The height of the lip itself, it's generally about 3 3/8. Okay, this is going to include machine screws and wood screws that will work in any frame, either a wood frame or a metal frame that you have. And where are you going to use this? Well, most commonly you have a hollow metal frame and you need a strike plate for that frame. That's certainly the most common. This client also ordered a large door reinforcing wraparound plate through us from Pro Lok, and it's certainly a wood door and a wood frame. So you might have a 2 1/4 inch tall full lip strike. You might have a 2 3/4 tall T strike, and maybe that door was kicked in. And you're not going to replace the door and frame because you can do some work to make it operable again to an acceptable level. If you have maybe some heavy tampering or lloyding that has been done, maybe someone's gouged the frame, you could use a larger strike and then chisel out for the larger strike, and therefore basically eliminate the cosmetic damage and apply a new strike and cover up all of the old original strike prep. That's where the client is using this plate in that scenario in a wood frame. Okay, not uncommon to do that. I've recommended it for many years rather than, you know, sometimes it's just replacing a door in a frame. Replacing a door is sometimes just really not an option. Replacing a frame is even less so of an option because of the amount of work that's involved. And if you can correct it with hardware and that is an acceptable correction, then, you know, then why wouldn't you? Okay. Now let's take a look at the link below this video to the manufacturer's page. Now here is the manufacturer's page that we're looking at for this item, and we will see a link to the installation instructions, and let's touch on that first because they are there for us to review. They are also on the back of the packaging. Okay. And as we go through this, we can see align the strike plate over the deadbolt or whatever you're covering. Drill 1/8 inch hole for the 2 screws that are here. If the basically mortise, pre-drill your holes and attach, and if it doesn't work correctly, make your proper adjustments. That's the bottom line here. Okay. I wouldn't consider this the proper strike to use for a deadbolt, but these installation instructions here do refer to the ESP 120 strike as well. And let's take a look and see what that strike is. Okay, so it's the same strike prep, except that it's going to have a rectangular cutout that would be appropriate for a deadbolt installation. Okay, so so those are the installation instructions. This link here will take you to the manufacturer's page on our site where you can pull up their catalog. Well, their product catalog is here, but Pro Lok is a company who makes locksmithing tools, key cutting machines. The catalog we want is called Entry Armor Catalog. It's a 16-page catalog, and as you scroll through, you'll see the door security hardware that they make. We're going to do a find function on the keyboard for the ESP172 and get right to the page where it's listed, which is on page 17, seen right here. And on that page, of course, will be sister products related to it. Now, as I look at the ESP171, that states 1.25 inches. And our 172 is listed here at 1 1/6, which is obviously a mistake. But I'm really thinking that possibly what's in this box is a 171 and not a 172, and that the 172 would have a shorter lip. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I've demonstrated to you what this product is that they have sent to us that is clearly identified as an ESP172. Adjustable T-strikes, those are neat because you can play with the location of the hole in the strike to accommodate where your latch is falling into. That is a security strike, very common in wood frames. Large strike with a large box and long screws. As you scroll through the rest of the catalog, you'll see other strike plates. Lots of variations on this material. Latch protectors. Pro Lok is known for their entry armor of latch protectors and door reinforcing U-shaped wraparound plates, and that's what's here as well. But then when we go back to the end of the catalog, we will see a number of security hardware, pieces of security hardware that are used in commercial and residential applications. A very common item is the EPL 106. This is a keyed lock for sliding patio doors. They have some window locks that are here as well, sliding patio door locks, etc. So let's wrap up this video. So finally, below this video is back to that link to the manufacturer's page where you can indeed pull up not only all of the Pro Lok products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their full product catalog for both their core line of locksmithing tools, key machines, lock pick sets, things of that nature, and then the Entry Armor catalog hardware as well, where they're making available security hardware for doors. A tremendous compliment for the locksmith client who is doing locksmithing with their key machine and key and locksmithing tools, but also servicing the client base in the sense of, you know, installing door reinforcing plates, installing strike plates, fixing problems otherwise. Okay. What I appreciate most about Pro Lok is I own one of their Blue Punch machines, and I've owned it for about 18 years, I think, and just within the last 6 months sent it in for a full. It was not cutting its center to center accurately, and it's probably just because of sitting out in the environment, in the shop environment. Not in its box, not protected from the general particulate that would float in the air, and cutting tens of thousands of keys on it. It was not cutting center to center in cuts 3, then 4 and 5 and beyond. Its center to center was off, and I think it was just dirty inside of the unit that was preventing that. Not having the time to tear the machine down and not having the desire to tear the machine down, to clean it, to put it back together, to realize that it was a mechanical problem, like a wear on a part that I couldn't fix the fixed the machine correctly, contacted Pro Lok, sent it back, gave it an entire, they have different levels of servicing your machine, and they did a tremendous job, brought the machine back to new specifications. Money well spent. Locksmithing tools are never inexpensive, but a good piece of locksmithing equipment is worth every penny, and that Pro Lok Blue Punch is an example of that. Any questions on the ESP-172 in a stainless finish? I didn't tell you the other finishes that it's available in. Let's take a look at that very quickly. ESP-172. That can be done in stainless steel only. It's not available in chrome or brass. That ESP-171 is available in a chrome color, but nothing in brass. If you need a brass 4 7/8 strike, certainly reach out to us. We can accommodate. Thank you very much.